Okay. I can put this in, and it's just the center one left. Okay. I feel the slight resistance, but do not over tighten. Okay. Now, okay, I got, next thing we need to do, just like we cut the wires here at the RTV caulk, we need to do it here. Okay, but there's a bunch of moly coat right there lumped up. And the cable we want to cut, these are two of them, just like you see here for the new one, and it's bound. That's the white one. You do not want to do that braided white one. Leave that one alone. It's just this pair right here. I'm going to go ahead and cut those close to the caulk as you can. Make sure it's just those. Okay. And then when you've done that, I would like that old stuff to be pulled out. Well, I see there's a bunch of electrical tape here. It's going to make that a little hard. But, okay. That's one. And then the other one is, it's a braided black one. So if you get a little confused as to which is the other set, you see this double black one? That corresponds here to this double black one, which then braids for the thermistor cable. It's all one and the same cable, okay? It braids at this point right here, at that juncture. But at this point, this is the one you see, and it's the only one that'll be that double one. Again, so you want to cut that close as you can to the caulk, and do not affect or touch any of the others. Okay, that's the double wide one. Okay, that's the one I'll go in there and snip off. But and I guess at this point I can cut these off at this point here. Okay. That off, and then over on this side, cut. I'm going to right here where the snorkel is. You have that. This cable here, the white one with the connector on it that I'm touching, that corresponds to the new one. So we're going to go ahead and cut that old one off if you can't feed it through to remove the entire cable. The reason being, you don't want to get confused and connect the wrong one. Trust me, I have done that. Let's see here. And then everybody panics as to why you can't, why you're not getting a reading. Okay. Okay, so the next thing is, you do not want to pull out that caulk for the other wires. Don't want to do that. So for these ones here, we need to cut their own path. And that's where, see how easy I'm cutting through here? That's what a quality blade was. If you get that junky budget, then you'll be cutting in there, potentially cause some damage. And this is not the time to go cheap. Okay. Deep enough for them, but not too deep to compromise or weaken the EPS. See how easy a good blade makes it. And we'll want to make sure that it's deep enough to feed them through. The corner there. Okay. And then when we moly coat that puppy, they'll stay in place. I'm going to route it down in here, and there is the one that was connected to it before. See here? It's keyed. It only goes in one way. You see it? Okay. Connect that in. And the now the thermistor cable follows a distinct path. It goes under the pan. Underneath the pan, follows, and then in between the P-trap tubes, or behind them, I should say, not in between, but behind them. Make sure not to get anything on them. That's an electrical contact it's going to make when it's plugged back into the power bank. Okay. And get through there. Pull the excess through. Okay. Wipe off any molly coat that might be getting on it. Okay. Let me get on the other side there. And now, that side here. Feed it down. Okay, you can see the diagram of how the molly coat should be applied. That's the green. There's multiple points along the way. Also, now you can focus here. These two gaskets should be here. Some units don't have the middle one. That's why they send extra gasket, foam gasket in the kit, but we won't need it on this one. First off, I'm actually going to go through and start removing the old molly coat. Okay, and so this part is just going to be a gentle scrape to get all that old molly coat off. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Gentle, no hard pressing, just let it flow. Flow like your Bob Ross with a paintbrush. Okay. The tip, right where there was this black line, and the molly coat, this bag will burst on the back, on the sides, and go everywhere but where you need it. You cannot have that happen. So it's a bit of a slow process, but I'm just following that diagram that you see in the corner. You put in there, and you have to just kind of massage it out gently. You can't. You tendency to want to squeeze this. No, you're going to burst that bag. Trust me, I have done that, and it makes the whole. You think this is slow? Try to get the molly coat out. When the bag is burst and you're trying to use a putty knife now to spread it, try to do that. That's the definition of slow. Just be patient here. And just kind of see me gently micro pressing it out here at the nozzle. Not here, because they just kind of gently massage it through. You do not want that. Don't try the toothpaste thing to roll it in the back, it'll burst. All those I've tried. Okay. You can see that we followed the pattern here for getting the molly coat grease on. Then you take a picture and you send back to support so they can confirm it is done to their requirements. So the cutouts here correspond to the P-trap tubes. 1, 2 P-trap tubes. Plumbing here, plumbing there. Okay, so gotta align this just right. Okay. And there's space already in there for the fans. One here for that fan, the lower one, higher one there. And this snorkel kind of wants to get in the way, so you got to watch out for that. Okay, so you align this just right. Be careful so you don't get molly coat on the aux cord, like you saw me just do. Okay, that down there. Where's the catch? So there, okay.
It's
This one down there. Okay. I'm gonna press it up against the wall a little bit more back.
Oh,
So I get that back resistance. Getting the H bracket back on is to first put the top center one on, but don't screw it in all the way. In fact, I don't screw any of them in all the way because I want to make sure I need to move things around for alignment of the holes that I can do that. Okay, so I'm going to put the top center one on. Okay, now I'm going to put one of the lower right one on. And as I said, not all the way. The left one. And then the last one. And lastly, the center one again. Okay. We're going to go close up the gap on any side with some additional Molly coat. Make sure everything is nice, huh? Nice, nice, nice. And we'll repeat that on the other side. Okay, at this point now, we're ready to cut power so we can reconnect the thermistor and the defrost cables. Disconnect power, as done before. I'm going to pull that 35 breaker. Machine is completely off. I'm going to reconnect the defrost cable, plugging it in there, and then with the new one, you see the notch is on the bottom. It's got to insert this way, and again, that's where the needle nose can come in real handy. Okay, and just put it in. There we are. That's good. Okay, the first thing we'll need to do is get the auxiliary drawer back on. Okay, now we can get the plate on, just slide it under the white plastic there a little bit, lower it right towards the edge where it's supposed to go. It's not a matter of having it be an inch back and slide in. You place it almost where you need it to go, and then give it the push in, and if done right, these holes align. Putting on the top one is very much the same. Just kind of get it aligned. This is going to slide and tuck under this front bezel, and just a gentle tap should get it on. Good. Holes align, and you can screw those in place.